you're tired of hitting snooze and want to finally become a morning person, this is the video for you. Mornings can make or break your day, so if getting out of bed feels like a chore or you dread the sound of your alarm, it's definitely time to change your approach. Today I'm going to share with you 7 simple ways to make waking up early easy and enjoyable so you can actually start your day on a positive note. I am definitely someone who used to snooze like 4 or 5 times before actually getting up, so these tips are tried and true because for the past 2 years I've been getting up between 6 and 7 by choice. Yes, by choice. As always, feel free to skip around using the timestamps in the description, and without further ado, let's get into the video. Tip number 1 is to start gradually because it is not an overnight process. When it comes to making big changes, you definitely want to be realistic. If you've been getting up at 10 a.m. every day and you randomly decide to start getting up at 6 a.m., your body is going to be like, what the heck? This is one of those cases where slow and steady wins the race. Some people can adjust well, but if you're someone where jumping right in isn't working out for you, slowly work your way up by getting up like 15 to 30 minutes earlier every week. Tip number 2 is to start the night before. There's this really famous quote by Benjamin Franklin that goes, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. So having a solid night routine and going to bed at a decent hour is going to set the foundation. So say you need 8 hours of sleep to feel your best and you go to bed at 2 a.m. and then try to get up at 7 a.m., you're going to feel like trash. What I personally like to do is whatever time I want to go to sleep, an hour before that, I'll turn off all my screens so I can start winding down. If you need extra discipline, the downtime feature on the iPhone is really good for this. If you're unfamiliar with this, it basically blocks all your apps at the bedtime that you set. And it's really annoying to unlock them, so me personally, it makes me not even want to touch my phone. My third tip is to have something to look forward to. If you have something to be excited about, you're going to be more motivated to get up and going. This can be something like your favorite coffee or yoga or your morning routine. Me personally, my favorite thing is waking up early so I can actually take the time to enjoy my slow mornings and the routine I created. It also gives me more time in a day to get stuff done and out the way so I can enjoy the rest of my day. If you guys want a more in-depth video about building morning routines, let me know in the comments and I can definitely have one of those out for you guys. Tip number 4 is investing in an alarm clock or an Alexa. I don't know who needs to hear this, but you are traumatizing yourself with that iPhone alarm. I'm not even over exaggerating when I say this, but my life changed drastically when I got an Alexa. With the Alexas, you can set routines to have a better morning. They have different things you could put in the routines like music, weather, podcasts, affirmations. One of the morning routines that I created is after I turn off my alarm, she tells me good morning, tells me the weather, and plays jazz. It honestly romanticizes my morning so much, it makes me feel like I'm waking up like in a movie. I bought a refurbished Alexa for $25 off of Amazon and I highly recommend it. It was worth the investment. But if you don't want to buy an Alexa or an alarm clock, at least put your phone in a different room. This is gonna force you to get up and get out of bed to turn it off. At that point, you might as well just make the bed and carry on with your day. Tip number 5 is to move your body. Do some type of physical activity after you get up so you can help shake off that tired feeling. This does not have to be an intense workout or anything crazy. It can literally be as simple as some stretching, yoga, or a quick walk. There are tons of videos on YouTube of like quick little 5-minute stretching or yoga routines, so sometimes I'll just pick one and follow along. During the summer, I used to take quick walks around the block while listening to a podcast, and since it was so early, just the scenery and the sunlight peeking through the trees used to set the vibes and put me in such a good mood in the morning. Tip number 6 is figuring out your sleep chronotype. Chronotypes are basically your body's natural preferences for waking up and going to sleep. There are 4 chronotypes: the lion, the bear, the dolphin, and the wolf. Most of the population is a bear chronotype, which means your sleep and wake cycle aligns with the sun. And apparently the average workday is scheduled with the bear chronotype in mind, so if you struggle with waking up and following this schedule, try taking a quiz because maybe you're just wired differently. I was getting up at 6 a.m. for the past couple months and I took the quiz and it told me I was a bear chronotype, so I switched my schedule just to see, and not gonna lie, it kind of feels a little bit better. My last and final tip is to scroll for a few minutes. Most people say no phones in the morning, but I find that going on my phone does kind of wake me up a little bit. This is like a last minute dirty trick, so if you're gonna do this, be intentional about what you're consuming. Definitely do not start your day by scrolling on things like social media, reading emails, the news. They are just too overstimulating for the morning. If you see something you don't like, it's gonna ruin your whole vibe for the day. My favorite app to use in the morning is Pinterest. I don't know about you, but Pinterest is my holy grail. I use it for everything, especially things like making vision boards or just finding inspo for my dream life. So if you're someone like me, 9 times out of 10 your feed is curated with a lot of inspirational and motivational things you can take in the morning. So those are my 7 simple tips to help you become a morning person and actually enjoy waking up early. I really hope these tips help you transform your mornings like they did for me. And if you try any of these tips or have your own morning routine hacks, let us know in the comments because I would love to know what works for you. So if you found this video helpful, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe so you can continue to see more content like this, and I will see you in the next video.